Hello and welcome. You're watching Infofeed. For the last 2 decades, there was a promised land in the Northern Hemisphere. The pitch to the developing world was incredibly seductive. Come to Canada, pay your tuition, work hard, and we will give you a guaranteed pathway to a better life. Millions of young people bought that dream. Today, the dream has been officially recalled. Following a series of sweeping immigration reforms, Canada has executed one of the most drastic demographic U-turns in modern history. The target for international study permits has been capped at just 408,000, a massive 16% drop from 2024. But it is not just fewer visas, it is a complete systemic overhaul. The government has engineered a bureaucratic bottleneck designed to make staying impossible. First, they target the post-graduation work permit, PGWP. Historically, this was the golden ticket. Not anymore. The government has tied PGWP strictly to the labor market. If you study healthcare, agriculture, or STEM, you get a permit. General business or arts, pack your bags and live within 90 days. Next, they targeted the families by banning open work permits for the spouses of international students. Finally, they targeted the wallets. To even apply for a visa today, a student must prove they have nearly 23,000 Canadian dollars in the bank just for living expenses, more than double the old requirement. Let us be clear about what these policies achieve. Canada is no longer looking for dreamers. They are looking for fully funded, highly specific human capital to plug their labor shortage. Anyone who does not fit that exact description is immediately discarded. But to be objective, we must look at why Canada slammed the brakes. Did the public suddenly become xenophobic? No. They became mathematically exhausted. For the last 5 years, a predatory industry flourished. Diploma mills. Private corporations partnered with public colleges to open tiny, unaccredited campuses and strip malls. They offered subpar education, but sold the legal right to work. The result? The temporary population swelled to over 1 million. Infrastructure buckled. Average Canadians were priced out of their own cities. Wait times in emergency rooms stretched into days. And corporations realized they no longer had to pay a living wage to citizens because hundreds of desperate students were willing to work a drive-through just to survive. The Trudeau government encouraged this to artificially inflate the GDP. But now it's 2026. An election is looming. The middle class is furious, and this crackdown is a panic button. For years, provincial governments cut funding to universities. So how did the school survive? The Global South effectively became the ATM for the Canadian higher education system, charging international students up to 5 times the domestic rate. Families sold their ancestral land and took out massive loans. These students arrived and did the jobs Canadians didn't want to do, pouring billions into the economy. And their reward today? Hundreds of thousands of students already inside Canada are suddenly being told the rules have changed retroactively. The pathway to permanent residency is blocked. This is the modern version of indentured servitude. The West wants the labor, the tuition money, and the taxes. But the moment the domestic political climate sours, they do not want a human being. The 2026 visa reforms are a tragedy of failed governance, a failure to the Canadian citizens priced out of their own city, and a profound betrayal of the migrants from the Global South, who were treated as an economic shock absorber. The Western promise of open borders is a business transaction. And if you're a student in the developing world looking at the West today, remember this: they do not want to adopt you, they want to rent you.